Hello everyone, welcome to part 63 of Advanced Ecom series in Laravel 7. So we are going to start working on the listing page. Okay, so we have completed the home page. In the last video we have seen that we have able to make the home page banners dynamic as well. So we will now start working on the listing page but before that there is one minor change we are going to do in our banners module. Okay, so every time if we will find some change, some issue, then we are going to resolve it. Okay, at the same time, okay, we will not keep it for later. Okay, so here in banners there is one thing I want to change. If you will go in ecom folder, you can see we have created resources, views, front, and there is the file that we have created in the last video, that is home page banners.blade.php. But we need to put this file in the banners folder. Okay, we will not show all the files like this. We will add the folders like products folders, banners folders, okay, orders folders. All these files we want to keep in front folder. Okay, same like we have done with the admin. If you remember that in admin there are many folders: products, categories, sections, brands, banners also there. Okay, so only the common files are here, like admin school login, admin dashboard, settings. Okay, only the common files are there. So in the same way we are going to add here banners folder, products folder. See, products folder is required now, because in products folder we are going to add the listing page, detail page. Okay, so all that we will add in our products folder. So what I will do, I will just create one new folder here, and that will be called as banners folder. And for products as well, I will create one more folder, and that will be called as products. In products we will add the listing blade file that we are going to create now in some time. Okay, and now for banners, this file I'm going to move this file in the banners folder. Okay, so that we can keep all the files separate. So if you are going to work on banners, you just need to open from the banners folder. If you are going to work on the products, means products related activities, then you are going to open the products. Okay, so here we will also change in front layout as well. You can open this front layout and you can just correct the path here: front dot banners dot home page banners. This is the change, and now you can refresh and check that it will work fine. Okay, if you will not change the path, then the issue will come, because the path, it will say incorrect. You can check, see, it is saying that the path is incorrect. So we need to correct the path. Here we have corrected, and now it is working fine. Okay, so this is the change that you can also do at your end. So let's start working on the listing page now. So listing page, we already know that like if we will click on any of the category, then those products will open. Like if I will open this t-shirts category, then t-shirts products will open in listing page. Then both casual t-shirts and formal t-shirts products will open if I will open the t-shirts category. If I will open the casual t-shirts category, then only the casual t-shirts products will open. Okay, so all the products that will open, that will open in the listing page. So listing page will open only the products of the particular category. Okay, so this is the thing that we are going to do. So once again I am going to explain you, like suppose sorry, I'm going to explain you in new okay, so like listing page can be, see, we have completed the home page. In home page we have done everything. You already know that in home page, uh, in home page we have done those feature, header menu, and left sidebar, feature products, new products or latest products, and home page banners. Now we are going to start working on the listing page. So what is listing page exactly? In listing page, like if we open if we open like some product, if we open t-shirts category, then in that case, okay, I will take the shirts category. Okay, we can take open shirts category. Suppose in we have one shirts category, and shirts category is having formal shirt subcategory, and one more it is having, and that is, sorry, uh, casual shirts. So if we open shirts category, then both formal and casual shirts will open, okay, will be shown. And if in case if we open formal shirts category, then only formal shirts will open. I hope that you are able to view all this. It is not coming big, okay. So I hope that it's clear to you. So if we open formal shirt, then only formal products will open. Okay, now it is okay, it has made bold. Okay, uh, formal products, formal shirts will be shown. Okay, so the same thing, like if we open casual shirts, then casual shirts category, then casual shirts will open. Okay, so see here, it is very much clear now. If we will open shirts category, then formal as well as casual shirts will come, and whatever these subcategories, means if we will open the parent category, then all the subcategories that belongs to that parent category products will open. And if we will open the subcategory, then only of that particular subcategory products will open. Okay, I hope that it is very much clear to you. And if it is not clear, then one can also ask me in live session. You can ask me, or you can ask me in comments, or you can ask me in Facebook group. Anywhere you can ask me if it's not clear to you. Okay, because you need to clear your basics before proceeding further. Okay, so now we are going to create such kind of page, and for creating the page we need to add the products controller as well for the first time. See, we have up till now, I will open, see, app, http, controllers, front. In front we only having index controller so far, that is for our home page, but now we also require products controller. And products controller we require not only for the listing, we also require for the detail, then add to cart, okay, shopping cart, and other pages as well. Okay, so let's add here. We will add we will run the command php artisan make controller. Okay, you can run, if you are working in Windows, then you know that how to run the command, where to run the command. You can run in git bash, or you can run in command prompt, it your wish. Okay, so php artisan make controller. Okay, so I am going to add this controller inside front. Okay, as it belongs to the front end. Okay, products controller. So after creating the products controller, we are going to create the route. Okay, I will check once that the products controller has been created, and I will also check the route. So in route, I am going to create I'm going to create the route here in front part, like we have created here index route. Same like I am going to create the listing route, but I am going to update the route in the future videos. One of my friend asked that can we create the route like this, simply like if there is shirts, See, we already having the slug. You need to open your database and you need to check the slugs. Means you need to check the URL of every category. We already having URL of every category. You can see the URL, and it is also called the slug. You can make it slug as well. Okay, so one of my friend asked that what is slug. So slug is this the URL of the listing or any other page that you are going to insert. Okay, so these are the URLs. Like URL for the shirts category is the shirts. Okay, so here we can simply give it like this one, and after that we are going to add URL. Okay, straight away it will pick, and I am going to add here products controller and at the rate of listing. See, this route I am going to update in after few videos. I am going to update this route because see, this is the listing route, and I will also comment here home page route, and this one is the listing route, listing, or you can say the category route. Okay, so see, if we are going to create any other route, like if we will create the CMS route, like about us page, contact us page, then we can't create like this one, because otherwise it will pick like if I will create like this about route, so I can't create because it will pick this one, this route will pick, because if slash about slash anything will be picked as listing page, it will treat it as listing page. So we require some kind of logic behind this one, so that we will do in future video. I am going to update this route, I am telling you in advance. So for right now, just make it simple, because I don't want that you will get confused. Okay, beginners will get confused. Okay, so let's make this route for now, and after that we are going to work on the listing function that we are going to create in products controller. So simply create listing function here, public function listing, and here we need to pass the URL, that is slug, of the listing page, of the category page of. Okay, so here the URL of the category or slug of the category will come up, and here first of all we are going to check that the URL exists or not. Okay, like if you are typing here shirts, then it will surely exist. Okay, but if you are typing something like this one, then it does not exist, and there is no purpose that we are going to open, it will go to 404 page. Okay, so here we are going to check the URL first. So I will add category count, variable category count, and I am going to check from the category. I am going to check its URL, and one more thing I am going to check, I am going to check its status as well. Okay, that the category is enabled or not, but first I am going to check the URL. Okay, URL is simple enough, like this one, and whatever URL it is coming, $URL, and here count. See, if the count is greater than 0, $category count is greater than 0, then it's fine. Then we can write echo category exists. Okay, so and if else, we are going to send the user to 404 page, like this. So now see, I am going to see shirts slash shirts. Okay, we need to add here include that category model, use app category, like this. Now we can check once again, and here you can see category exists is coming. Okay, so you can see that URL exists, that category exists. Okay, if you will add something like this one, then see it is showing 404 page. Okay, so we will also design good 404 page, some kind of a design with header and footer. This page means does not look good, so that the user, if user will reach in 404 page, then he can click on some other link. Okay, we will show message here that this page does not exist, you can browse to other categories, you can go to home page, something like this. Okay, so we will design this 404 page in future after some videos. Okay, so here see this one is clear. So suppose now one more thing, like if we will open shirts, now shirts belong here, it is coming category of this. Now suppose here I go to the categories, and here I disable the categories, disable shirts. Okay, then again it must not open, but it is opening right now. So one more condition we are going to add here, that URL must exist and status must be 1. Okay, so both the condition we are going to check now. Status must also be 1, like this. Now see, now again 404 page will come, because here the status of the category is disabled. So I am going to enable. Now again I am going to check, here it comes, category exists. Okay, so now I am going to fetch the details of the category that we are going to fetch. Okay, first we are going to fetch the details of the category, like the category name. Okay, and more things about the category, and also see, we are going to fetch the category IDs as well. Like I have told you, like if we are opening the shirts, then we want to show the products of not only shirts, we want to show the products of casual shirts, we want to show the products of formal shirts, whatever category is coming in under shirt category. Okay, so we want the ID of shirt as well, means category ID of shirt as well, we want the category ID of the casual shirts as well, we want the category ID of the formal shirt as well. So for this we are going to create one more function, and that function we are going to create in our category model. Here I am going to create one function like category details function I am going to create, in which I am going to fetch the category details as well as the category IDs, that from which we are going to fetch the products. Okay, so that thing I am going to do now. So here I am going to create this function, and this time we are going to create this static, because we want to use this function in controller, so that's why I'm going to use it as static. Otherwise for relation there is no static is required, you have seen. Okay, so public static function category details, and here $URL will come. So URL we will pass, and here I'm going to fetch the category details from the category model. Not all the details, we will fetch only those details, those category details that we require. Okay, so we require ID, we require category name, and we also require URL. Okay, rest not required. So along with that we also require the subcategories of this main category. So we have already having this relation, so we will attach these subcategories with this category. Okay, so that we can also get the subcategories of the category. Okay, so we require this one, so that's why we will also add these subcategories relation to our category. Okay, so yeah, then again we need to add the condition that from which we will fetch the details of the particular category, and that we will fetch from the URL. We are already having the URL we are passing, we are getting whenever user will open any listing page. So we will just want here we are going to use I think we are going to use here first. Okay, we are going to use here first. Okay, and here I am going to use two array like we are using from last few videos. New concept, new things, okay, to learn every time, so we can debug easily like DD. Okay, so this one is the shortcut methods. Now we are using better shortcut methods, and that will save our time as well. So I all the time brings new things for you. So now we need to call this function as well. Now this is not required, so we can call the function here $category details, now here we can get the category details here. Okay, so we can fetch it from the category, and here category details will come, category from category details function, and we'll pass the URL like this. Okay, so we are going to print it as well, but it will come there. We have already done here, so it will come here. Okay, so now it is showing only one category. Okay, that is the shirts. That is fine with these subcategories as well, but subcategories are not coming. Okay, but I'm going to check that the shirts is having any subcategories or not. We can check from here as well. Shirts does not have any subcategory, so we are going to open the t-shirts, no issue. So I am going to open the t-shirts. We'll check its URL. Okay, its URL is t-shirts, so I am going to open here t-shirts, no issue. One and the same thing, and t-shirts having subcategories. You can see the array is having two. Okay, you can see open this one. So t-shirts, now see the t-shirts is also opening, and its subcategories is also opening, that is casual t-shirts and formal t-shirts. Okay, so now we also get the subcategories details and category details as well. Okay, so now it is fine. So now we can continue. We want the category IDs here. So for the category ID, first I will take one array cat IDs. I can take it like this, and we'll declare it as array. And in the first array element of cat IDs, I will put put here this ID1. Okay, so this one we are getting the parent ID. First of all, we are going to put the parent ID that we are getting in ID like this, and after that we are going to fetch the IDs, these two, like from these subcategories. We will also have ID equal to 4 and ID equal to 7. So we are going to get the products from category ID 1, from category ID 4, and from category ID 7. So we will fetch the products from 3 IDs 1, 4, and 7. Okay, and for that I will use the for each loop here, so that I can get the products from the subcategories as well. Okay, as well as from the main category. Okay, so I am going to here use this one, subcategories. Okay, so this one I am going to use, and here category details, and inside this like subcategories. Okay, so here I will make it like subcat, and here I am going to fetch like $cat IDs. I am going to put the another IDs that we are getting in array. We will put in array, and here we are getting the IDs of this one, ID4 and ID7. Okay, so I am going to put this subcat we are using, and I am going to put in this one like ID. Okay, so now we will print once that we are getting all the IDs. We can check once, and I will comment this one, and we'll check the array. Here also we can do like dd $cat ID. It will save time. Now check once here. So here see 1, 4, and 7, all the 3 IDs are coming. 1 is for the category, and 4 and 7 is for the subcategories. Okay, we can also comment this one, and now we can return the 2 arrays, that is the category details and the category IDs. Okay, so what I will do, I can simply return like this, return array, and one is the cat IDs. In cat IDs, we just need to send the cat IDs like this, and the another one is category details. Sorry. Okay, so now we are going to check here like this. This time we can do with printer as well. $category details type. Now check that both, see now the category IDs is also coming and category details is also coming. Okay, the category details is also coming with these subcategories as well. Okay, and in subcategories as well you can just fetch like category name, category like URL. Okay, only the main thing, no need to fetch the complete details. Okay, so uh, from subcategories as well we can simply fetch the main details only. Okay, and that we can update here if we want. Here we can add the subquery like a function like this one. In function we will pass the dollar query. Okay, we have done the subquery earlier also, and in here we can fetch like dollar query select we are going to select ID, and we are going to select the URL if you want, but it is not required. And we can take care of the status as well, like where status must be 1 only, and subcategory status if 0, then we will not pick this subcategories at all. So we can do like this, and here we need to add the square brackets. Okay, and if you want to wish means if you don't want to use this select query, then it's your wish. See the subquery now it is showing like this. I will don't use this one, only ID if I require. Check once why it is not coming. Okay, so I think I will first check. Okay, so there are I think I also require the parent ID. Let me see categories here once. Parent ID also require, because we need to match with the parent ID as well. I think now it must come. Okay, let's see. Yeah, now it is coming, and here we will also add one condition where status must be 1. Okay, so now see, only enabled categories and subcategories will come. We are going to show only the enabled products, only the products from the enabled categories and subcategories. Okay, so now only the details that we require the category IDs, and we require the category details with only the subcategories of ID and parent ID. Other details we are not required right now. If we require, we are going to fetch that as well. Okay, so we will continue in the next video. We are going to pass all these details. We are going to return to our listing blade file, and listing blade file we are going to get from our template, and will show all the products there. Okay, so stay tuned for the next video. We will continue this video. Okay, so that's all for now. Have a nice time. Goodbye.